When I was heading Cybercrimes Investigation Division a few years ago, a young girl walked into my office. She looked completely devastated. And when asked, she said she had recently opened a Facebook account. She had posted a lot of her pictures. And like any other young girl, she rejoiced when she got likes and flattering comments. But one fine day, she woke up to a phone call which asked her to look into her Facebook account, and when she opened, to her shock, she found a nude picture of hers. It was actually not her nude picture, it was her face juxtaposed with the nude body of some unknown girl, probably a picture from the internet, but it looked like hers. She was shell-shocked. She was overcome with a sense of guilt and shame. That's because she had lied to Facebook about her age. Being underage, she had opened her account. And on that picture, nude picture of hers, it was also written, "I am available for all services," and her phone number was given. She didn't know what to do and whom to approach. So she attempted suicide, but luckily her parents found out and it was averted. When I was heading the Cybercrimes Division, I was incidentally the first woman to head that. And with me as a woman there, I found a lot of young girls and women coming up to me with their stories of victimization on social media. So this is an area which I thought has to be concentrated on, and whatever I observed during that time is what I'm going to speak about today. That is, speak today. That is the devastating impact of social media crimes on the psyche of youngsters. Now, social media today has become the norm of the day. If you're not on social media, you are considered an outcast. It is unavoidable. But it is better to know certain etiquettes and what can come up on social media. Now, not all social media crimes are alike. There are certain crimes like online bullying, threatening, use of abusive language, which constitute about 70% of social media crimes. But then the impact of these crimes is less compared to that of morphing. And morphing, as you know, is juxtaposing somebody's face with somebody's picture of somebody's nude body, nude or semi-nude. And do not think that morphing is not rampant. It is increasing day by day with the easy availability of Photoshop tools on every smartphone. So why would an offender do this? Now, firstly, the reason could be jealousy, revenge by a spurned lover or an estranged husband. Second reason, there are juveniles who are jobless, and for them it is pure mischief and the sadistic pleasure that comes with it. There are others who do it as a source of income. Now, when women and girls come to police and ask for deletion of their morphed nude pics or videos, they think it is easy, but the reality is, at times, it is not just difficult, it could be impossible. Because when a nude picture or a video goes on internet, it is copied by a number of porn websites, and the servers of these websites are in unknown locations and foreign countries who are not under the ambit of our law. At times, in those countries, pornography is not even a crime, and in that case, getting the criminal repatriated to this country becomes even more difficult. In 2016, in Salem, Tamil Nadu, a 21-year-old young girl committed suicide. The reason was that her morphed nude picture was circulated widely among her friends and relatives on Facebook. But what prompted that young adult to take that extreme step was that her parents did not trust her. There was trust deficit. So here's a lesson for all parents. When such incidents happen, do not take an accusatory, questioning tone. Be sympathetic. Talk to the victims and find out, look for small changes, because a person who is victimized this way could become withdrawn, could become recluse, depressed. The performance at school, college, workplace could go down. So look for these signs and offer support. Apart from that, we need formal counseling in schools, colleges, workplaces, especially in small towns, because small towns are lacking in formal counseling, and that is a place where actually the social media users are increasing day by day. When people would come up to me, these young girls and women, I would tell them, if your photo is morphed, it is not for you to feel ashamed. It is for the offender to feel ashamed. It is not for you to punish yourself. It is the offender who has to be punished. And this could happen to anyone. And definitely ending life is not an answer to this. And this is exactly the point that we have to drive home in our youngsters today. We need to make them more resilient and courageous enough to handle this new scenario. We need to reduce the social stigma attached to the victims. But apart from all this, we also need to focus on that group of juveniles who do it simply for mischief. We need to make them more empathetic and to see the world by putting themselves in victims' shoes. Social media, howsoever virtual it may seem, is definitely not the place to jeopardize the well-being of real people. This is the quintessential netiquette that this generation needs to adopt. Thank you.